What's up? What's up? What's up? Sorry, needed to move that. What is up, Joe? Thank you for hopping on. You're actually the first person to get on. We'll just wait for the notifications to go out, as YouTube is running behind, as they always are. How have you been? And Lindsay, you're probably the other one that's also in here on time. I should give you all prizes or something for being on time. Actually, let me adjust the light here. That's better.
So who's on?
Joe Teeter is on, and I think Leslie is the other person on. But of course, she's the fly on the wall, so she's not going to say much. We have dinner getting started, or about to be done. We have dinner about to be done, actually. So anyway, oops, sorry. Up. And Noel, I have not left for basic training. As you can tell, I have not left for basic training. I am leaving on April 27th. But until then, there's a lot of stuff that, hey, Dad.
Hey.
There is a lot of stuff that's being prepared behind the scenes that I will talk about a little bit later when we get more people in. Yeah, so Joe and Noel are the two in here right now, and I'm waiting for notifications to go out. I don't know if you got your notification or not.
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't look.
Okay.
I didn't hear any dings or anything go off.
You didn't hear any dings? Okay, well, a couple more people just jumped in, so I'm assuming notifications have started to go out. Who all else is in here with us? So I can talk to some of you guys. Because I want to wait until we get at least a decent amount of people in here before I let you all know what I've been up to these past 2 weeks. Because it has been a while since our last live stream. Let's see. Our last live stream was 2 weeks ago, and there's been 2 videos since then, and now tonight's.
Not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot's been going on the channel, but a lot has been going on behind the scenes. Maya, how are you doing?
Hey, Maya.
Yeah, how are you doing?
It's a name I haven't seen for a while.
How are you doing, Joe? We are doing all right. Just a lot of stuff going on. Just a lot of stuff going on right now behind the scenes. Not a lot of stuff has gone public, and I'm going to get into that a little bit later, and stuff that's, stuff that's going to be released, when it's going to be released, what the content's going to be. I'm going to get into all that later. Sarah, hello from Australia. So you're already into tomorrow, because I think they're 12 hours ahead of us.
I think you're right.
Yeah, so you're already into tomorrow. It's already it's already Sunday for you.
Never leave boiling pot.
Never leave a boiling pot.
To get onto a live stream.
To get onto a live stream. Okay, PSA for everybody here, never leave a boiling pot to get onto a live stream, because it's probably not a good idea. I'm great, thanks, yeah. I saw that you released your video today. I haven't yet watched it, so don't spoil anything. I haven't yet watched it.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. I've just been a little busy today. And last night. And yesterday. And tonight. And tomorrow. So I've got a lot of stuff going on. I got a lot of projects I'm working on right now. Hey guys, I'm driving and listening. Leslie, don't comment when you're driving. You've been telling me for months not to do that. Don't do that.
Not unless she's saying hi to me.
Yeah, not unless you're saying hi to Dad. But unless you're saying hi to Dad, don't comment while you're driving. Please don't. You've been saying that to me for months. Do not comment while you're driving. Hope it's good news. Oh, it is very good news. It is very good news. But y'all are gonna have to wait for a little bit, because we just started the stream, and I'm not gonna say anything right now. So
you don't want to say it 6 times.
Well, I don't want to say it 4 minutes into a live stream. I want to say it half an hour or whatever into a live stream, or 15, 20 minutes into a live stream, whatever it is. So right now it's just a little too early. But I will tell you guys what it is at some point. at some point.
I'm not going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you. Leslie's saying, hi, Charlie.
Hi, Leslie.
Let's see.
Let's say hi to Leslie.
Yes, you do. No, wrong shirt. Oh, that shirt's over
What you looking for?
in the washer. Let's just say it has to do with this. Little Easter egg. Let's just say it has to do with this. I was going to find my Air Force shirt, but it's actually dirty. It's in the wash right now. So, but anyway, how are y'all doing? Besides Leslie, I don't want you to answer because you're driving. So I don't want you to answer. Everybody else, how are y'all doing? Sarah, how are you doing? I have not seen you in a live stream before. So are you a new subscriber? And you're from Australia, so I don't believe you've been in a live stream before. So welcome.
Mikey.
That's the Irwins.
Oh, okay, sorry. But they're from Australia.
Yes, I know they're from Australia.
Picking up those little porcupine things on the side of the road.
Yeah, the little, I don't even want to know what the little porcupine things are called.
I don't remember what they're called.
I don't either.
But they roll up in a little ball.
Yeah. And they're spiky everywhere. I don't know what they're called.
Spiky.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
They're cute.
But are they? Really?
Yes.
You think they're cute? According to Bindi, they're cute, but do you really think they're cute?
I thought they were cute.
I think they're a menace.
I thought they were cute.
We were watching Crikey, It's the Irwins on TV the other day.
I better take that off the heat.
You might want to take that off the heat.
Woo!
Yeah, we watched Crikey, It's the Irwins on TV the other day, and that doesn't sound good. And yeah, so that's what he's talking about, with little porcupine things on the bottom on the road. It's been warming up here in Michigan. It'll be 60. It'll be in the 60s this upcoming week. Yes, I'm waiting for the heat. I really am. I'm waiting for the heat because I've been meaning to get ready with my running for basic training, and I've been needing to get outside and run some more, but it's been cold, so I haven't been. And actually, let me turn this down a little bit. Let me turn the light down. There we go. But it's been like insanely cold recently, so I haven't been out. I haven't been out running at all, and I need to, because I only have 52 days. 52 days until I leave for the military. So I need to get my running out, or my running together. What is Dad making for dinner? I don't know. What is Dad making for dinner? I honestly don't know. Dad's trying not to burn dinner at the moment. So honestly, I have no idea what Dad is making for dinner. Hopefully it's something good, but I don't know what Dad is making for dinner. He had to remind me. Might be a call to Anthony's Pizza.
This gets screwed up.
Great. Lesson number 1. Don't let Dad in the kitchen. Then again, if Dad wasn't in the kitchen, I wouldn't be eating tonight.
Yeah, you'd be a lot skinnier than you are right now.
Whatever.
If I wasn't cooking.
Leslie's saying don't burn the water.
It's too late for that, dear.
Ooh. Is this what we talked about earlier?
Ooh. We'll see.
Spaghetti and meatballs. Cool. Homemade spaghetti and meatballs. Wow.
Actual meatballs.
Yeah, kind of, sort of homemade, but.
I cut the spaghetti right off the tree out the back.
Yeah. He's saying he cut the spaghetti right off the tree out the back. So apparently we have a spaghetti tree outside. If that's actually a thing, which it's not. So
look it up.
Spaghetti trees?
Yeah. Go ahead and look it up. You'll find a picture of them cutting pasta out of the trees.
I doubt that highly. Proceeds to look it up. Spaghetti tree hoax. The Spaghetti Tree hoax was a 3-minute hoax report broadcast on April Fool's Day 1957 by the BBC current affairs program Panorama, showing a family in southern Switzerland harvesting spaghetti from the family spaghetti tree.
I told you.
It's a hoax from 1957.
The year I was born.
Yes, the year you were born.
It's a great year.
And I can see that there are a whole lot of other crazy things that came out of that year.
Like burnt meatballs.
Like burnt meatballs, yes. Margie, what's up? What's up? Hi, Brennan. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Leslie. Hey, what's up? What's up? I'm balancing my food on my makeshift stand here, and I don't trust it. I don't trust the stand. Because as you can tell, the camera is not like super far down like it usually is, you know, pointing up at us. So I actually have the computer elevated a little bit. But what I have it elevated on, I was putting this on and it was like doing this. And I'm like, okay, I've got so much stuff in here that I'm not like doing that at all.
So what?
I was putting the spaghetti right here. And I said that I don't trust it sitting right there.
No, I don't trust it sitting there.
Yeah, I don't trust it sitting right there. Your dad is 2 years older than my dad. That was Joe.
Yeah, I'm an old fart.
Yous, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been a while.
Yous will tell you that
Eat well,
He'll tell
bon
you I'm an old
appetit,
fart.
even though it's in a mug. Yes, it is in a mug.
It's easier.
Is this a mug or a cup?
It's a mug.
Or a mug or a... Yeah, I was going to say, it's not a bowl.
It's actually...
It's not a cup.
It's actually classified as a soup bowl.
It's a soup bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're having spaghetti out of a soup bowl. Just looks like a big mug. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Meatballs are good?
Mm-hmm.
Your dad is 6 years younger than me.
Who's that?
Noelle. She's trying to make you feel young.
So I have...
She's your sister's age.
So I have something to look forward to.
It's a small cappuccino mug in Friends, but a soup bowl in 2021 Virginia. Whatever you want to call it.
Have you ever seen Friends?
No.
What he's referring to is the place where they would hang out at. And they'd always get cappuccino and whatnot and things like that.
Gotcha.
It was what was it called? The Central Perk, I think is what it was called.
My dad was born in November of 1959.
Oh my God! Now are we going to be sitting here all night talking about how freaking old I am?
Well, but Noelle said that
come on, man.
She was 6 years older. Well, Daddy is the one that knows Friends. I'm officially old. I've never seen Friends. Are you gonna stop that?
I used to watch Friends every.
Yeah, I've never seen Friends.
Every time it was on.
I've seen like stuff on YouTube from it and clips and stuff like that, but I've never actually sat down and watched it. Mom like binged it while she was going through everything.
Okay.
She binged it.
She binged.
Yeah, she
everything.
binged a bunch of stuff, but she binged Friends. But yeah, I have. I've never seen it. I like all the memes from it. That's really funny.
You know the guy on the.
The memes are always really funny.
I think it's a Discover card commercial, the one where they're all saying no.
No.
And he's like going no, right at the very end.
No.
That was Chandler from Friends. Chandler Bing. Who ended up marrying Monica.
Trust me, it's great. It's just not Seinfeld.
Oh, man. Don't get me on Seinfeld. That's the wrong thing to do.
Margie's saying I always watch Terrific Writers. Is it a 90s sitcom? Friends was a 90s sitcom?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was 90s.
A lot of the 90s and early 2000 sitcoms were like the best.
My decades all run together anymore. When it comes to that stuff.
So does Grandma's.
Yeah, well, now you know what you get to look forward to.
Yeah, great. New dad would get triggered on Seinfeld. But yeah, 90s.
I just introduced Brennan to his first Seinfeld clip the other day.
Can we talk about MASH? Greatest sitcom ever. Talk to Dad about MASH.
We can talk about shrinkage. Oh, sorry. Excuse.
Let's see. 90s sitcoms, early 2000s, and 2010s. Because 2010s was where like iCarly, Victorious, and all the Dan Schneider sitcoms came out of.
Those weren't sitcoms.
Those are sitcoms.
No.
You look them up and they say sitcoms.
Those are kid shows.
Those are classified as sitcoms. And in my opinion, two of the best sitcoms ever.
Of course.
I'll show you. Big. Big, look, American sitcom. Right here.
I'm not looking because if I don't see it, it ain't true.
2010, but it says sitcom 4 years for Victorious. And then I think iCarly says the same thing.
They had to throw it under something.
Shut up. iCarly is a sitcom too. That ran 5 seasons from 2007 to 2012.
Yep, you had a crush for 5 years.
I watched every single episode for 5 years straight.
I know.
From the beginning to the finale. And the thing is,
you liked Carly, and you never got her at the end.
Shut up. And the thing is, neither did Freddie.
I'm gonna choke on my meatball.
But the thing is that between that and a lot of the other Dan Schneider sitcoms that went out, that I believe was the only one that had an actual finale and it wasn't just canceled. Like Victorious was canceled at the end of season 3 or the end of season 4, but it didn't have an actual finale. iCarly actually had a finale because they knew it wasn't going to get renewed, so they actually did it. Let's see. 90s, you want to talk about Home Improvement with Tim Allen.
I had a crush on Heidi, so anyway.
I thought
we can move on from that.
Margie saying, I thought iCarly was funny. Watched with my granddaughter. iCarly was awesome. That was great. And I'm glad it's on Netflix, but it sucks that it's only on there for like the first 3 seasons out of 5. Like they cut it short, and the last 2 seasons are the ones that I haven't seen in a long freaking time that I really want to see. But you have to get like special subscriptions to whatever else. They won't just put them out there. Like it's very annoying. Dad, who is your favorite Seinfeld character? That was Hughes. Who's your favorite Seinfeld character?
Probably George. Probably George. You're probably doing something that references, but I'm not. Just because George was the most pathetic person in that show.
The most pathetic person in that show?
Yeah. Everything happened to George.
Yeah, George is so great.
George had a wallet that was this thick because he kept every receipt and everything in there. And at the very end of the show, he's out in the middle of the street in New York and it explodes.
Great.
Stuff like that. I mean, Kramer was funny. Cosmo Kramer was funny. But he was eccentric, kind of funny.
Kramer is the easy one to like. George is so dramatic and funny. And George said, and the Red Green Show. What's the Red Green Show?
The Red Green Show.
I don't know. That's why I asked you. I figured you would know.
That I don't know. Somebody mentioned MASH though. I watched. David and I watched every episode.
We had all the
DVDs at one time. I only have like 1 or 2 left
now. I don't know what happened to them, but I know you had like 4 of them. You had like 4 seasons of it.
I had a lot. MASH was cool.
And nobody even watches DVDs anymore, which is upsetting. No, I know, but I'm just saying it's upsetting. Nobody watches DVDs anymore.
Well, I don't feel so bad that I can't find them then.
I remember watching crap on VHS tapes.
Me too.
You remember 8-tracks, but I wasn't that. I wasn't at that point.
The only reason you know about VHS tapes was because I had the VHS tapes.
And Mom had the VHS tapes too.
Well, she inherited them from me.
Great. You're taking credit for my entire childhood. But yeah, VHS tapes and cassette tapes, and because I had a bunch, I had stuff on cassette tapes.
8-tracks?
No, I did not have 8-tracks, but I had cassette tapes. And I know David had a Walkman, but I didn't.
Before that, it was reel to reel.
Language.
Huh?
Language.
Reel to reel?
No, you said before that. But I'm just saying language. Because I have this stuff monetized.
Okay.
Never mind.
I got lost.
You said before that it was real to real.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. So I'm just saying. Just watch. Yeah, just watch. He said something that I can't have because stuff is monetized on here, and I don't want YouTube yelling at me.
He can't mute me.
I really can't without muting myself. You shouldn't have had cassette tapes. You shouldn't have had cassette tapes. You were disadvantaged or well raised. I think I was well raised for having cassette tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know how Gramps feels when people don't want to hear his records. Are you calling him Gramps? Are you calling him Gramps? Because that's a first. I don't think you've ever been called Gramps.
Pops.
Mm-hmm. You were called Pops for a lot of years.
Tony.
But I don't think you've ever been called Gramps.
Not yet. But I can let the moderators know to go ahead and...
They're not on here yet.
Well, they will be.
They need to be. No, the Gramps thing was a reaction to you being surprised people don't like CDs anymore. Oh, okay. But they don't. Everything's digital now. Everything's digital. I grew up on VHS and cassettes, turned into CDs, and again, now everything's digital. The only place that I can really think of to find DVDs are the clearance bins in Walmart.
Yeah.
And if they have them on any little like promotional shelf or something like that.
And they're still overpriced.
Yeah, they're still overpriced. They're like $20 per DVD where you can buy it for $10 online. And
or the ones that you can afford. Nobody wanted to watch them in the first place. They're just trying to get rid of them.
And then Ear Food.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about
which is a vintage store near us that has CDs, DVDs, cassettes, old action figures, records, anything practically you can name, they have it. That's outdated, so to speak, anymore.
You calling me outdated?
I'm calling myself outdated. I was talking with Ryan the other day. And I said, this may work for you. And he has, updated games and all this stuff. I said, but I am still, back here
doing it this way,
which is the old way of doing it, because that's how it works for me. That's what I know. That's what I'm comfortable with. It's like you with your phone. You went from you had a flip phone for a lot of years.
Kind of like math and going core.
Well, that too. But you had a flip phone for a lot of years, and it was, why do I need to upgrade to this smartphone when this flip phone works fine? It's what I'm used to. It works. I can send text messages, phone calls, whatever. I'm okay with waiting until I get home and, getting on the computer to look stuff up. I don't need to look stuff up from my phone, or I'll just ask my kid to look something up.
That's true.
I'm sure you like your phone now, but if you were put in the situation, you probably wouldn't mind going back to a
remember what you guys used to tell me?
Oh, we would make fun of you all the time for it.
Yeah, you'd say, wait till you get home and look it up.
Yeah, exactly.
They had the smartphones and they wouldn't look it up for me.
Yeah, exactly. And then we got to the store when he was upgrading to this phone, and they said, how the hell is this phone still working? his slide out. They said, oh yeah, I got him to upgrade to a slide out from a flip phone. And he didn't use the slide out pad too much either. You didn't like the slide out.
It was too little.
Yeah, you didn't like the slide out.
It was stupidly little.
But then we got to the store.
I mean, I can't even use this.
But then we got to the store and they said, how the hell is this thing still working? Because it was working off at 3G and we're on 5G now. Or at least that's on LTE. My phone, I have an iPhone 12 and I'm on 5G. But
I don't even know that it was on 3G.
No, it was on 3G. That's the only thing that allows stuff to run properly at this day and age is 3G, and that's getting phased out, which is why they were saying, I can't believe your phone is still working, because it was on 3G and everything's on 4G or 5G now. So, let's see. Isn't everything a little too digital though? Yep. I was just talking to another artist who we ended up reacting to, Shiara, and I put that announcement out that we're going to be going live with her next Tuesday. But I was talking with her the other day, and she said, I'll get to it. And I was talking to her, and she said, yeah, like I'm vinyl and CD and, record players and, all this other stuff. Like, I don't like digital stuff. I don't like social media. I mean, that's the outlet that there is nowadays, but I don't particularly,
She was saying that?
Yeah.
That she didn't like.
Or that she prefers more old school versus.
Oh, I like her more and more.
Versus how it is now. And I'm like, that's something that you and I really have in common, which is really, really cool.
I like her more.
How late am I? 25 minutes. Let's see. How old? Let's see. Oh, yeah. I still have CDs and DVDs. I mean, we still have them too, but just everything's digital. We were watching WandaVision yesterday on Disney Plus. That's on the computer. You can't get that on DVD unless you try to burn it somehow. I don't even know how that works.
People are lurking.
Yeah. Jeff is lurking. Hot Space is lurking.
Got a wrench.
Yeah.
Right.
We do have a wrench. So
all right.
watch yourselves.
Watch out.
How old were you when you first felt old?
Jeff's here to protect me.
How old were you when you first felt old? 16. When all the shows that I grew up with started fading out and then became, how's the word for them? Early 2000 shows. And nostalgia. That's when I started to feel old. The fact that shows that I grew up with were 10 years ago or 12 years ago or whatever. That's when I started feeling, when I found out that Icarly was in 2007, that's when I started feeling old. When Icarly was in 2007, that's when I started feeling freaking old. How old were you when you started feeling old?
26.
26? Why?
Because first house that I ever bought was in the summer. And during the summer, all the little kids like to run around at night, playing, hide and seek and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they kept running up my driveway, and I couldn't sleep. And I went out on the back porch. There's just a little tiny porch off the back, and I was standing there.
It's old man Charlie.
Two of them went running by me, saw me in their peripheral, stopped in their tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And so that you don't get yelled at by YouTube, they said, "Holy, it's the old man."
They called you the old man?
And they turned and they ran away. And I was 26. They turned and they ran away. And I went in and I called Grandma.
That's great.
I called Grandma and she's like, "What's the matter? Why do you sound so depressed?" And I said, "Because two kids just called me old.
I'm 26.
I'm only 26.
That's great.
That's
awesome.
I'd love to shoot them if I knew who they were. They gave me a complex for the rest of my life.
Oh my God. Let's see. Let's scroll back up to the comments because I'm missing stuff. Voyager is still sending back data at like 10 kilobits per second. Oh God, that's so slow.
Think of where it's at.
God knows where it's at. It's out there. Yeah, from outside of the solar system on 1960s technology. Yeah, if some alien and intercepted it or something, they'd be like, "Damn, how old are the people on Earth?" They'd think we're back in the 60s. I just woke up, but I'm glad I did. Otherwise, I'd miss this. That was Hot Space.
Hey, Hot Space.
Let's see. Oh gosh, Brennan, that's not for you. You're young. Nah, I'm feeling it. It's weird for me. It's weird for me hearing the number 20 because I'm turning 20 this year. It's weird for me to hear that because I can remember, like, I know that's young, like that's still really young, but it's weird for me because like I can remember when Icarly first came out. I can remember when Victoria's first came out. I can remember when and I think they still might do this, but I don't think so, with Adult Swim, where that would come on at 9 o'clock at night. And now it's on like all day. But it was Cartoon Network, and then at like 9 o'clock at night, Adult Swim would come on because that's when kids were supposed to go to bed.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that's when you guys snuck watching TV.
Yep. When we started sneaking in watching TV because we wanted to see Adult Swim with Family Guy and American Dad and stuff like that. But
when AARP started sending me that's true.
But
I cherish that moment. Though.
But I still remember that, and it doesn't seem too long ago for me. It really wasn't. That was 10 years ago, 9 years ago. So that those times, it doesn't seem that long ago. So it makes me feel old looking back at that and saying, hey, that really wasn't that long ago. And seeing that it's been 9 years since that happened, it's lots happened in 9 years.
Well, you will learn to embrace being old.
I probably will.
Because just like what Margie just said, when AARP started sending her mail, okay, that was all fine when I did that. I mean, because I just said screw you and trashed it. But
you threw away your initial AARP.
Yeah, because I told them I wasn't old enough, and I threw it away.
Oh God!
But being able to order off the senior menu at 55.
You like that?
That was flipping awesome.
You like that? I just turned 55.
Or going into your band shows and being able to buy a senior ticket versus.
And they look at you and say, "Oh, you're not that old." It's like, bet me, I'm not that old.
Cut me open and count the rings. I mean, that's. When it started saving me money, I said, this gig isn't all that bad.
Okay, let's go back a little bit. How old are you again, Brennan? I am 19. Gonna be 20 in October. I was born in 87 and grew up in the 90s. That's how David was. But David was born in 89 and grew up in the 90s. Yeah. So he can say he's an 80s boy or whatever because he was alive for 8 months, or whatever it was during the 80s.
You know how you keep saying, about that?
The misplaced generation?
Yeah, they were having this whole big conversation about it on the radio.
Seriously?
Seriously. And I forget the actual name for it.
Or there is a name for the misplaced generation.
There's an actual name.
So
and it's not what was it first? It was Gen X and Gen Y or Gen I don't remember. I'm going too far back. They've had a couple of generations.
Yeah, since me.
Why? But there's that little snippet where there's kind of a little foldover.
Oh, there are like 4 foldovers, but I understand what you're saying.
The one that you're talking about.
Yeah.
They actually were talking about it in that it was a and I forget the actual. The
generation that grew up in the early 2000s that were still using 1990s stuff, but can't relate to anything like after 2005. Yeah, that's the generation that we're referring to between like 2000 and 2005. That 5-year gap.
It was something weird. It was like Gen Zen or something.
Gen Zen. I'd love to be Gen Zen. That'd be great.
But it was something.
Yeah.
It was something like something weird like that. But there's an actual name.
There's an actual name for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
thought of you.
because if you were born in the 2000s, no, it is not Gen Z. I refuse to be associated
Is
with
it?
Gen Z.
No, it isn't Gen Z.
Gen Z is like 2005 and up,
Yeah,
I think is what it is. But
it wasn't Gen Z.
but I'm talking about when you were born in the early 2000s, like 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. We grew up, or at least I grew up with a lot of the old 90s stuff, and especially with Dave, because that's what Dave had was all his 90s stuff.
Right.
So I grew up with a bunch of old 90s stuff, but Ryan was born in 2005, and he's grown up in the age of
completely different.
Exactly. He's grown up in the age of technology.
Right.
So
Right.
that kind of puts us in the middle here. Gen Z is 1997 to 2006-ish. I understand that's what a lot of the papers say. But what I'm saying is that there's a completely separate thing that a lot of kids, like in my senior class, that grew up in 2001, 2002,
couldn't identify with your
we identify more with 90s, but we weren't born in the 90s. But we identify more with 90s because that's what we were born into. And 2005 and up, no, we're not millennials. Millennials are like 86 to 97. We're not millennials.
Not a millennial.
No. And we're not Gen Z. Like, you can ask anybody born pretty much between 2001 and 2005 what they belong to, and almost nobody will say Gen Z and nobody will say the millennials. We're just right in here. There's a lot of gens. I am right in between all of them. I feel that. But, and he's looking it up. But yeah, between Gen X, no. Were you Gen X? No, I don't think we're Gen X.
No, Maya was, I understand what Maya was saying, because when you look it up, it actually says.
That's what it says.
It actually says Gen Z, iGen, or Centennials.
Yeah, I was talking about iGen.
Maybe it's iGen.
Yeah,
that's what they were calling
it.
That's
what I was talking about. I mean, like,
because Gen Z covers
the whole thing, but
there's a lost generation underneath.
Right.
Underneath it.
Right. And people born between 2001 and 2005, we don't like to associate ourselves with Gen Z because Gen Z is, a lot of people are saying, oh, they're the dumb generation. They're the ones that are, Tide Pods, that was the millennials, but that Tide Pods were given to the millennials, but it was Gen Z that was doing them. And Gen Z is doing a lot of stupid crap that's today. Gen Z really is doing a lot of that stupid crap, and we're getting the blame for it, and we're being associated with it, and nobody born between 2001 and 2005 want to be associated with it, or 2004 or whatever want to be associated with it. Like, we don't. Like, we're not them. We don't want to be associated with them. So yeah, so we've kind of just separated ourselves between.
Gen Y was the millennials.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's
a Gen Y point one and a Gen Y point two.
He's looking at it right now with the millennial or with the generation.
And then you have Gen Z,
mm-hmm.
which is the umbrella.
Yeah.
But zillennials. That's for the zillennials.
Great.
Those wedged at the tail end of the millennials and the start of Gen Z.
That'd be us.
Those are zillennials. A group made up of people born between 1994 and the year 2000.
No, because I'm in 2001, but I associate like with the zillennials there. Tail end of the millennials, start of Gen Z.
So anyway,
realistically, but yeah, I mean,
I like the zillennials. I like that.
I like that.
That's cute.
But that's what. But that's what.
Gen Tech. iGen.
Yeah.
Gen Wi-Fi.
Gen Wi-Fi.
And the Zoomers.
I am not a Zoomer. I'm not in Gen Wi-Fi. I'll be an iGen for all I care. I really, but
whatever.
Nah, I don't associate myself with Gen Z, and I don't associate myself with the millennials. I'm like right in the middle there. That's what I associate myself with. Anyway, let's see. Go back. Because now let's see. When AARP started sending mail to me, a 70-year-old will probably say when they became grandparents, when they're old. Okay, the first time someone called me ma'am.
Then I'm never going to be old.
No, I'm your best hope at that right now.
You are.
And I'm 19.
And I'll be dead by the time that happens.
No, it'll probably be a Grandpa Brown scenario where I was like 2 years old when he passed away.
Yeah, great.
Well, unfortunately, when you look at the math, that's kind of how it's lining up. Because let's say I'm 25 when I have a kid, that's 6 years.
And you're thinking I'm going to be dead by then?
No, okay. Okay, my bad. So I guess it won't be.
Okay.
No, now the math isn't working quite as well as I thought it would.
I'm going to go do my will. I'll be back.
6 years. That okay. No, now that I think about it, 6 years that would put you at Debbie's age.
Yeah.
But okay, let's see. But if that's when they're born, and you're probably going to be 69, 70 around there, 10 years old, 12 years old.
Well, good, but at least I'll know my grandkids.
So you're pressuring me to have more than one kid.
Plural. Well,
Great.
You need to at least have a boy.
I'm planning on it, and I'm planning on calling them, like, I really want to name them TC.
Obi-Wan, you're my only hope.
Thomas Charles. Like, I really like the combination there with TC.
You're my only
I like
hope.
the combination there.
You got to keep the family line going.
With what? With Charles?
I had 4 boys.
Yeah, I'm not having 4 boys.
Out of those 4,
yeah,
you would think one of them hopefully will have a boy, but there are 3. But there are 3 of them that I have absolutely no freaking hope for.
Great. So I'm the only one here.
So Obi-Wan.
Great.
You're my only hope.
Hot Space was saying, I was born 2001 and I'll be 20 on the 26th of July, and hearing that I'll be 20 sounds weird. It does. It sounds weird. It really does. I'm going on 20 now, and I have never felt old, but I have felt like I was completely useless before. That is a tad different. Yeah, that would be a tad different. But, yeah, going on 20 years old, like, it puts stuff in perspective for you. It really did. It really does. Let's see. Trashed AARP, loved you doing that. When Hallmark asked if I was eligible for senior discount.
I haven't had that one yet.
Is Top Gun knowledge assumed when you get in the Air Force? Top Gun is Navy. A lot of people think that's Air Force.
Top Gun is Navy.
Top Gun is Navy.
Yeah.
We had an entire discussion about that in the comments of a video, actually. I think it's the Why Did I Join the Air Force video. And there's a thing in there that I go through: Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines, and who does what and what crosses over and whatnot. Top Gun is Navy. It is not Air Force.
That one I actually knew.
I will be 20 this month. Lily said she'll be 20 this month, 25th to be more precise. Okay. Well, I'll still be here then.
We got a lot of youngsters.
We really do. And then we start going into the generation stuff, which I'm going to skip over because we already talked about all that. Nora, what's up? Welcome, Nora.
Hey.
Let's see. Yeah, born in 05, and I guess we kind of grew up with the 90s stuff as well because that's when it was kind of fading out. Exactly, Maya. Exactly my point. We grew up with that, but it was fading out at that point, but that's still what we grew up with. But I can't associate with stuff that Ryan's doing today. And I think it's unfair that Ryan's grown up in the age of technology when I've seen VHS, cassette, CDs, DVDs.
Where'd you see that from?
How I grew up, people who gave it to me. You, Dad, or you, Dave. You, Dave, Mom. Kyle grew up just with me, but that's what we grew up with. And then we were seeing the evolution, and no one's using DVDs anymore. The only reason I still have my PS3 over there is because of the DVD player. I don't even do anything on it anymore.
And now you're blessed with Swamp People and The Curse of Oak Island.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even watch that crap. Leslie is a boomer. Yes, WandaVision. Leslie is a boomer. So is he. Margie's a boomer. Nora's a boomer. Come on. Freddie was a boomer. Come on. Y'all are typing and it's like moving my chat around. Yeah, Margie's a boomer. Nora's a boomer. Leslie's a boomer. Zillennials. Yes, I'll be a freaking zillennial. That's the first time I've heard that. Yes, I'll be a freaking zillennial. Other than Dad, I feel old on here. I'm only 34. That was Joe. Lily saying Tide
Joe
Pods,
shares
apologies. What is with the Tide Pods? I'm fairly isolated, so I miss a lot of sort of that stuff.
Tide Pod.
Yeah, so Gen Z was at one point eating Tide Pods, which is extremely stupid, but they were doing it.
I thought the millennials were.
Yeah, the millennials were blamed for it. Cosner was teaching at that point.
Oh, and he said that wasn't me.
Yes. He's also
That's the one he was getting irritated about.
No, that was at SU where they were setting the dorm on fire or doing whatever, and they were blaming the millennials. And he said, "Excuse me, we're the ones out here actually working our tails off. That's freaking Gen Z."
Oh, okay.
And he
so
blamed
was Gen Z.
And he blamed Gen Z. But
Gen Z did do Tide Pods.
Yeah, but Gen Z went out and thought it would be funny to start eating Tide Pods and got sick and crap and started doing a whole bunch of stupid stuff, and the millennials were blamed for it because
everybody just lumped them all together.
Yeah, everybody just lumped everything on the millennials. They were consuming the Tide Pods. No, they weren't. Nora, I'm sorry. No, they weren't. 2000, 2005 grew up with 90s stuff as it was still fading out compared to the later Gen Z where everything was more modern, if you know what I mean. Maya, that's exactly what I mean. That is exactly what I mean. Consume them. You shall have to be a bit more specific as there are a lot of ways to consume something. Eat a Tide Pod, like doing this. Except this would be a Tide Pod.
No fork.
Mm-mm. Shoving it in your mouth. Shoving it in your mouth. Well, sorry if I'm a little bit behind on these comments. I'm trying to get to everybody. And y'all are growing so insanely fast.
Who were before the boomers?
There were a couple before the boomers, I think. Because Silent Jen is grandma.
Yeah. Can't remember anything. Jen is grandma.
No, the Silent Jen, I believe, is
okay. It was whoever the generation. You know, they used to call it the Schwarzkopf generation a long time ago.
The Schwarzkopf generation.
Schwarzkopf. After Herman Schwarzkopf.
Okay.
But it was before the baby boomers breakdown, because you know you can't really complain about Gen Zers eating Tide Pods if people were out there swallowing goldfish and all that kind of stuff. People have been swallowing stuff for a long time.
So between 1890,
watch your minds.
So between 1890 and 1915, the lost generation, or the generation of 1914, however you've heard it.
Okay.
The interbellum generation is 1901 to 1913, which would be Brownie and Jean's generation is the interbellum generation. The greatest generation is 1910 through 1924. And
what's the next one?
The silent generation is 25 through 45, 1925 through 45.
Okay.
Which would be Grandma Brown.
And then
the baby boomer generation is 1946 through 1964.
Maybe it was the boomers because there were an awful lot of goldfish being eaten.
Generation X, or the baby bust, was 1965 through 1979.
I don't think it was the baby that busted there.
The Xennials is 1975 through 1985. The Millennials, Gen Y, and Gen Next is 1980 through 1994. Gen Z, 1995 to 2012, which is slightly different from what we were reading off of that. And Gen Alpha is 2013 through 2025.
Gen Alpha
is the next one, or is the one that is the current one from what I am reading. So, which lines up with this one, which I have on my phone at one point.
Okay, so
yeah, so getting back.
Let's get back.
Let's see. Just have twins right away. It should be possible by then to have at least one boy.
God,
Freddie would have been a boomer. All hope on Brennan. Yeah, great. They can actually grow a baby lamb in a hospital now. Might be standard practice for people in 30 years. And they
just keep
are
the brown line going.
And they are, what's the word for it?
What? Sheep in test tubes?
Mm-mm.
Bad.
No. They're cloning animals now. They're cloning animals.
That's true.
Let's see. No, go back up. Go back up. I'm losing
You're
stuff.
not that far behind.
Yeah, no, I'm right here. Really, Navy had no idea. Yes. Yes. Top Gun is Navy. It is not Air Force. Let's see. I'm not too far behind, but I was a little bit behind. I still watch DVDs. I have the Fast and Furious movies from Amazon. Yeah, you can buy DVDs off of Amazon for like super cheap. I think the entire Karate Kid saga was like $7 off Amazon. Like the shipping almost was as much as the DVDs themselves if you weren't getting free shipping on them. Let's see. As a typical boomer, I have no idea what Fallout is. Fallout is a game that I don't play. The Greatest Generation, between the Greatest is Silent. Okay, yeah.
The Silent Generation gave birth to the boomers.
Yeah.
That's an oxymoron right there.
Eating goldfish. I just had some yesterday. I don't think that's what he means.
No.
That was Leslie.
Live goldfish.
Oh, gross. Yeah, that's gross. No, that's what Leslie said. Eating goldfish. I just had some yesterday, so I don't think she didn't catch on to what you were trying to say. When did they start naming them? Naming what? The generations? They've been doing that for generations. Goldfish, Tide Pods, what the heck? Yeah, Lily, it's a madhouse out there. Leslie's saying goldfish are good.
They swallowed them. They didn't chew them.
Nora, seems rather recent. Well, maybe 20 years ago. Yeah, exactly. 20 years ago is 20 years ago. 2000 was 20 years ago. I just saw that on Facebook. It said 2001 was 2 decades ago. That makes me feel old. That 2001 was 2 decades ago.
Just wait till they start talking about centuries. Last century.
Grandkids are here. I'm going to be driving again. Okay, Leslie. Catch back up when you can. Oh, I know what Charlie meant. I was being silly. Okay. Yeah, but the term. Okay, so apparently it says it just looked it up, or that Nora just looked it up, and they started naming generations in 1991.
Okay.
I don't believe that, but it might be. But I don't believe that.
I can see.
But the term baby boom was around before that. Now that I can believe. Because everyone got back from the war and that's all they were doing was having fun in the bedroom. Generational theories.
That's why they couldn't be the silent generation.
All right. Because they're having fun in the bedroom. Great. Generational theorists Neil Howe and William Strauss are usually credited with identifying and naming U.S. 20th century generations in their 1991 book titled Generations. Okay. All right. I'll take you on that because you probably looked that up. So I'll take you on that one.
That was from memory.
Yeah.
When we're that,
they have been cloning animals for a while now. The first successful clone they did that the public was made aware of was the lamb named Dolly. I remember going over that in my biology class. Yes, I do. I remember going over that in biology. It's the one thing I actually paid attention to in that class.
I remember seeing it on the news.
In 2031, I'll be 30. Yes, that's weird. Now think about this.
Do I really want to?
Oh, what was it? Hold on. 1990 and 2050 are the same range. 1990 and 2050 were both 30 years.
I remember you saying something like that.
I think they're both they were in 2020. Now 2050, I think, is 29 years, and 1991 is 31. But they were 30 years exact in 2020.
Yes.
Yes, in 2020, 1990 and 2050 were the same time frame apart, which is really weird. There's an amazing video on YouTube that is colorized and enhanced from 1902. They were having fun everywhere. Yeah, great. I could never be in the silent generation. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Some of the best pilots are naval pilots. True and false.
Maybe.
True and false. Because pilots, like on commercial crafts and commercial airplanes and everything like that, are your mind is just probably in the gutter, and she's probably meaning it a completely other way. This is what you get for hanging around with me.
No, but when you get down here,
yes, I saw that.
I do not believe she meant it any other way.
But the pilots and how they land, you can typically tell which is a naval pilot and which is an Air Force pilot, because Navy pilots tend to have to land the planes on aircraft carriers, which are a shorter runway. So they slam on the ground, versus Air Force pilots that have a long runway. Typically, it's not as, it's not as hard. So true and false on naval pilots are typically better. True and false on that one. Then again, I am Air Force biased, but going off of how they land, I can typically tell which one is which one. Let's see. Was Dolly made in the late 80s or the early 90s? I have no idea. I remember hearing about it in my biology class, but I have no idea when it actually was. Dale Earnhardt died in the Daytona 500 20 years ago.
That is.
Does that say something for you?
Yeah.
That says something for you?
Yeah, because
Dale Earnhardt?
Yeah, because I watched that.
You watched it?
I was watching that race on TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
We still have a box of all of David's old Dale Earnhardt stuff, because, he was all over Dale Earnhardt. Flags, rugs, toy cars, posters, everything.
Yeah, we have a little train set in there.
Train set, exactly.
Train set.
Exactly. And that stuff would actually probably be worth something. Might be worth something.
I've looked it up. It's not
okay.
all that much yet.
1996, I think, when Dolly was cloned. Okay. Nora's, okay, there's 12 people watching and 5 likes. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Go for it. Now there's 4 thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Go for it. Yes, that is true. They have hit harder and stopped faster. Exactly. I know when I have Navy pilot on commercial flights. Exactly what I was talking about. So
okay, you're educated.
So yes and no as to naval pilots are better. Yes and no. They come with their faults and they don't. Okay, so now I'm actually going. Hold on. Actually, Navy lands on their front wheels first. The Air Force lands on their back wheels first. But yes, that is due to the way they land on carriers. Exactly. So now I'm going to go into what I told everyone who's been here since the beginning of the live stream. And the title of this live stream, Future of the Channel.
Yeah,
so,
tell me.
So it's been 2 weeks really since, I've gone pretty radio silent. There hasn't been much going on in Discord. I've had a couple of community posts, but there's been a lot of work going in these last 2 weeks. A lot of work. Long story short, the channel, I'm transitioning over to military-based videos. So there may still be some reaction stuff that bleed in every once in a while, but it's primarily I'm transferring over to more military stuff. I've got a couple of my personal military videos coming out in the next couple of weeks. And like this past week where I had why I joined the military, and it was a sit down video. My military videos are going to be coming out every Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, be prepared for that. Not a lot of music reactions. While I'm gone, I'm having a top 10 music or top 10 reactions video come out, or videos come out. I think they're on Wednesdays that they're set to release while I'm gone. Will you be shouting and making hand gestures? Shouting, no, because I'm going to actually have a mic setup that I'm going to be using hand gestures, maybe, because that's just how I talk. Sorry. But shouting, no, because I'm actually going to be mic'd up in a lot of these. I'm going to be having 2 more of my personal experience, Air Force experience videos coming out. And then yesterday, I actually sat down with my recruiter and got him to answer a bunch of questions. And I'm currently putting all those together. And so those will be going out once a week for a while, because right now I have those set out into April. And I have probably 45 minutes of footage left that I have to go through. And I'm taking my time on these. So these won't just be, quick slap videos going out. These will be actual in-depth informational videos that'll be going out that I had my recruiter sit down and do with me. Dad was actually there too. And so, yeah, so it was really cool. And they're really good and really high quality stuff. But it's going to be transitioning from music reaction videos to military stuff, because that's how, you have to help scratching. I'm not even going to answer that one. Because I'm not going there. But yeah, so as I transition, the channel is going to transition. As I transition, the channel is going to transition. And so it's moving from, like I said, the music reaction stuff into the military stuff. So I hope to still see your support in there, and I hope y'all like them, and I hope y'all learn from them at least a little bit, get a better understanding of the military, or at least from the Air Force, and how processes work, and why joining the Air Force is awesome. So if you're eligible and you want to join, please join. But there will be informational videos going out, and yeah, so that is the big announcement. And even though you don't see me on videos, you'll be seeing 1 video a week for the time being, for a while, for the time being. And, I'm still going to try to have live streams every, so often and periodically. But it won't be, the 3 videos a week that we've been doing, or whatever else. Yeah. But, so if I go like radio silent for a little bit, just know that a video will be going out on Mondays, besides the live streams that we'll be doing. And Discord is a good way to stay in contact with me and Dad whenever he's on. I don't know if Dad's on Discord too much. I know he's on Discord when I'm on Discord, when we're doing listening parties, but I'm not sure if he's on Discord too much. But he is on Discord if you want to try to get in contact with him a little bit. With me, Discord is the best way to get in contact with me. That link is in the description below. Please join the Discord chat. Patreon, I just updated Patreon, which I've been meaning to do for like 3 months and didn't get around to it because I had so much other stuff going on. That link is in the description below. If you want to get in contact that way, start helping build a community on there, you can as well. What else? Facebook, Instagram. I don't think those links are in the description.
Do you still have stuff going out?
Yeah.
On
Facebook.
On Facebook?
Yeah. So I don't have. Okay. So I don't have those links in the description, but if you go on Facebook and you type in the bass player, it'll come up. And on Instagram, the bass player YT, I think is what it is. So actually, let me check real quick. Instagram is a little bit easier to get in contact with me because on Facebook, I have an automated thing set up. That'll give out an automatic message, which can be annoying, but I was getting a lot of messages on there, so I put that automatic thing on there. Let's see. But if you message me on Instagram, it is easier. And I'm going to be pinning this. There we go. I just pinned it. So yeah, if you want to join me on Instagram, join that community, join me on Facebook, join that community, you definitely can. Hey, Derry, what's up? You definitely can. That, or Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon. Those are the 4 good ways to stay in contact with me, unless you want to send me an email, which I can reply to. But those are the 4 best ways to stay in contact with me. So just know if not a lot of videos are going out, a lot of stuff's happening behind the scenes to keep y'all set up and to keep the channel set up and Facebook and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram set up and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's the announcement and the future of the channel. Things are moving along. Things are getting faded out. New things are fading in. But as life moves on, we've all figured out through 2020, as life moves on, you kind of have to go with it. You know, you can't dwell back in the past or you'll get stuck, and it's not fun. Let's see. Yeah, please no politics in here, guys. Like,
yeah, Jeff took care of that.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Just please, like, no politics in here. Let's see. You're going to do a reaction video for my birthday. When is the 25th? We can. That's a possibility.
The air that I breathe.
That is definitely a possibility. Lily, shoot me an email with a couple of songs or whatever that you want us to take a look at, and that's definitely a possibility that we could do a reaction for your birthday. Don't forget your puffy shirt when you go there. I'm not quite sure. Wait, no, that's a good looking puffy shirt. Hang on. Dad saw the comment. It's from Seinfeld. Of course it's from Seinfeld.
That's the puffy shirt.
Okay.
There you go. No words on it.
Yeah, okay. I've mentioned this before, but I used to be in the Air Cadets when I was in high school. It was okay, but not for me, which is when I decided on Navy or Army, but now it's Navy final. Navy final, Hot Space. Congratulations for making that decision. Let me know how that goes. Let me know how that goes. Definitely. Yeah, Lily, the puffy shirt is Seinfeld. And again, I'm getting behind on these comments a little bit. The puffy shirt is Seinfeld. Charlie, it blows up my Facebook. I've got a post going out there every day, Jeff. I think every day at 10 a.m. is when those posts go out on Facebook and Instagram. So, yeah. So a new one will show up in a couple hours. A new one will show up in 14 hours.
Okay.
In 14 hours, a new one will show up on your Facebook.
Beware.
And all the warning videos will go out on there, Jeff. So you feel free to share those as much as you want. But yeah, all the warning videos will go out on there at some point. It'll go up until 6 or 7 reactions from getting to present reactions. So, and then at that point, that'll be every single reaction video that has gone out. Because before, I had done it going through October of 2020 every day, going through October of 2020, and then I stopped because I didn't keep it going. And then I picked up from there and picked up, you know, going forward, which is the videos that are going out now.
Okay.
So the videos that are going out now are probably from like last, I don't know, October range, going through January. So like 4 months worth of videos that are going out every day. So the warning videos will all go out there as well. I'll check you out, Brennan, but Charlie needs a channel too. Channel on YouTube? Yes. No, sorry. I'd have to teach him how to edit, which is a pain in the butt. I'd have to teach him how to film, teach him camera stuff, and it's not happening. The puffy shirt has nothing to do with politics. It's just an innocent Seinfeld reference. No, it was the POTUS stuff. The one before it was the POTUS that. Yeah, we're not. That's pure politics.
Yeah, you're not going to get Seinfeld blocked.
No. Instagram is always pretty much immediate because it goes directly to your phone. Facebook but you would be getting a ton of alerts. So better with Instagram. Facebook, it goes. You don't. I don't know if you get an alert when it goes out on Instagram. Facebook, I know you definitely don't get alert. It'll just, I have it set to just pop up in your news feed. So it's not super annoying. Oh, Instagram is always pretty much, oh, you're talking about messaging. I'm sorry. Instagram is always pretty much immediate because it goes directly to your phone. Facebook can be getting tons of alerts, so it's better with Instagram. Yes, it is better with Instagram. For getting in contact with me. Yes. Facebook, I have an automated thing there saying, hey, you've reached the bass player. You know, if we have an ongoing conversation, ignore this message. But if we don't have an ongoing conversation, I'll get back to you. But it doesn't give me an alert when that message is sent out. So I like have almost no idea when somebody messages me on Facebook until I get an alert saying, hey, someone's been trying to get in contact with you. And at that point, it's been like 3 weeks. So, and it's very, very annoying. But I have that there so that it doesn't constantly give me those notifications because it can get very annoying. But yeah, if you want to get in contact with me, Instagram is one of the best ways. I'll have to get rid of anxiety, social anxiety, depression, and other problems. I have to first to join Brennan, unfortunately. In order to join the Navy. There's a lot of stuff that I could tell you, but I don't think it's what about I could tell you. And I think this is what a lot of people think is that, oh, I'll just take so-and-so's advice or so-and-so's advice. Those are very, very strong issues and strong topics. And through my experience, I don't think just listening to somebody and taking their ideas, that's really not going to help too much. It's about what you as a person do to change the problem and do to solve the problem. Yes, when other people talk to you about it, it can give you ideas, but ultimately it's up to you and how you solve the problem. That's in my experience. So I could say a bunch of things, but they probably all sound super stereotype and may not help. Because in the end, it's all about what you do to help benefit yourself versus what I can do to try to help. And ultimately, I'm just feeding ideas. I mean, I'm not in control of any of that. How do I stay in touch with Charlie? He is on Discord. Leslie, he is on Discord, and he
2 weeks for yes, 1 week for no.
And he is on he has his notification set to @mention only. But if you DM him, he should get that notification because I get notifications even though I'm on @mention only. Because it's a personal message. It's like on Facebook. You know, you don't have your Facebook alerts turned on, so you don't get every single thing when everybody posts. But you have your alerts on for Facebook Messenger when you get a message. So it's kind of how he has it. If you cannot TVP, that is okay. I will not pressure. That is not my channel, and your content really good either way. So Lily, send me a message. Send. I shall send you a few videos you can think of, and you can think on it. If you can choose what you want to do. So if not, it's always okay. Send me a message. Send me a message. We'll take a look at it and see what we can do. Charlie's blushing.
Getting there.
Well, will we see Charlie when things change? Will we see Charlie when things change? It's possible. I don't know because I'm going to have videos prepped to upload for while I'm gone at basic and possibly at tech school. So I don't know. When I get to tech school, I'll have my technology back, but I'm going to be in Texas and Dad's going to send me stuff, send me like my computer and some camera equipment or whatever while I'm in Texas, while I'm in my technical training. And then after I'm done with my technical training, I'm going to be flying back home to get the rest of my belongings and driving to wherever my station is, assuming that I get stationed stateside. And so at that point, if I vlog, which I may, to keep you all up to date with stuff, you may see him, but the channel will probably just transition over to me primarily. But again, you can always reach him on Discord. That's probably the easiest way to get in contact with him. Leslie saying, love you, Charlie, if you didn't see that. Let's see. Anne is totally not lurking. I like the look of dad toward his son, like a lion looking at his cub doing something right. Thank you. Thank you. That's like the first time I've like ever heard that. I'm joking. But looking at him like I'm actually doing something right. Ah, my hair. Giving me a noogie is not the best thing to do because now I gotta like fix my hair.
That's what Mufasa did with
I know.
With Simba.
I know.
Simba.
I've seen The Lion King. I know.
Wait till we start wrestling and rolling around on the ground.
And I beat you. Let's see. I hope we see Charlie. We'll see. Not quite sure. Yeah, Charlie DM. We'll see. I don't know if she sent you a DM or not on Discord.
You show me where it would be.
Here. Yeah. No, Ryan sent you a DM. Which was really annoying. Yeah.
So no, not yet.
But Leslie has not sent you a DM yet.
Yeah, but
your DMs would show up
right along there.
Right up here.
Yep.
And then you would go in there, and that's where your direct messages. That's your DMs.
Yep. That's where I went. Nothing yet.
Let's see. Yep. Anne is totally not lurking. And she's probably still lurking. I can't go too long without my Charlie. Ooh, I see something here. Hotspace says I see everything, so she might be high. I don't know.
Who, Hotspace?
Yeah, because she says I see everything.
Oh.
So I don't know if she's high or what's going on here. I'm joking.
Dead people.
I know you see dead people. This is the lion looking like you didn't eat your spaghetti yet. No, it's still sitting on the floor, getting cold. It's still sitting on the floor. Later, can you have Charlie as a guest after basic? We will see. Depends on where I'm stationed at. Depends on if I can get on Zoom calls or whatever else. So I don't know. I don't have that answer for you guys. I don't know. Because there are still a lot of unknowns. Right now, I know I ship April 27th at I leave MEPS at 9 a.m. and I'll probably, because Walter said that they don't even order your plane tickets until after you leave.
Right.
It's super last minute.
Well, you have to swear in first because they don't even know that you're going to show up.
Right. So I swear in at no, you show up at MEPS at 4 or 5 in the morning because you're at the hotel the following night.
I know, but you have to swear in to make it official.
Yeah, exactly. To go active duty.
Because you can chicken out.
Right. And so I swear in at 9 a.m. at MEPS on the 27th, and then I leave to BWI to the airport, and then ship out whenever the flight is, and then direct to San Antonio. In San Antonio for 7.5 weeks at Lackland Air Force Base, and then between 45 and 85 days in Wichita Falls at Shepherd Air Force Base in North Texas. So planning on around 80 days in Shepherd. And then I think you get 8 days to PCS because that's what my friend got when she left Security Forces Tech School. She got 8 days to PCS, and she flew back home, got her stuff, packed her car, drove cross country, and I think she's now in Arizona or something, or Oklahoma or something like that, if we have any bases out that far. But yeah, she flew home, got her stuff, and then drove, and she had 8 days, I think she had 8 days to PCS to her station. Let's see.
I'm having withdrawal symptoms.
Hold on, and I'll get there in a second.
I didn't want to be on this thing in the first place, and now I'm having freaking withdrawal symptoms.
Well, it's a good thing I came on when I did. I have a meeting right now, but I shall send that mail when I return home. Stay happy, healthy, and stay safe, everyone. See you, Lily. Thanks for joining. You're probably already off, but thanks for joining. Send that DM, Leslie. Derry is encouraging it. Yeah, she's encouraging
doing the nudge.
Hospice is saying definitely not high. I just see everything. So you're high. I'm joking. Here. And still lurking. Well, you made us love Charlie. What are we supposed to do? It's his fault for coming on in the beginning. It's his fault. No, I'm joking. I don't know. I can't answer that question. I don't know. After I get out of basic and tech school, I'll have a more clear answer for you guys. But right now, I don't know what the future of Dad is going to be like on the channel. I just know that the content is primarily going to be shifting towards just my military content.
There's still that one that I want to do.
I know there's still that one you want to do. And we can probably film that the same day we film Lily's video.
Just because of the fact that...
Yeah. There were a couple of people that recommended.
Derry recommended that,
I think,
and I forget. And I forget who the other person was. Probably Margie. But
you can't give anything away. I'm off here now. LOL. That envelope duct tape thing made me laugh though. But it's a LCK joke thing. Okay, I don't know what envelope duct tape thing you're talking about. But okay. Have fun at your meeting. I'm driving. I'll DM you when I get home. Let's see. Question. Are there any more? Question. Is there?
Leslie, it's a Saturday night. I'm sitting next to the phone.
Are there any more Zoom calls before you leave? Yes. I know we didn't have a February Zoom call and it's already March. I know we did not have a February Zoom call for you Patreon members. But we need to do a March one and we'll be able to do an April one.
March Madness.
And we'll be able to do an April one. Because I leave at the end of April. So we'll have 2 more Zoom calls. We'll have 2 more Zoom calls before I leave. If any of you all want to get on these personal Zoom calls, you have to become a Patreon member. And I think it is the entry-level supporter. That is the $1 a month tier. This is the lowest tier you can get. $1 a month. That's
1 senior coffee.
Yeah, 1 senior coffee. I don't even think the regular size coffees are $1 anymore.
Yeah.
It's a soda at McDonald's. You probably get McDonald's like every day. It's a soda at McDonald's once a month, not even once a week. You know, a lot of you guys go to McDonald's and get a soda a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever. Whenever you go to McDonald's, I'm saying $1 a month. And you get your name in the description, and you get to be on the monthly Patreon Zoom call. And then there is the $5 tier, which is the second class supporter, and you start to get vouchers off of the merch shop, and and becoming a Patreon member, you get to unlock the Patreon member role in Discord, which is also cool. But yeah, so because I just changed these today, or I just messed around with this stuff today. I updated everything because they were like so out of date. Yeah, so entry-level supporter, you get your name in the description, you get access to the Patreon role or the patron role on Discord, and you get to be in the Patreon Zoom call every month. The second class supporter tier is the $5 a month tier, and you get everything that was in the previous one, plus a 15% off voucher off of the merch shop. You have a $10 tier, which is the first class supporter tier. You get everything from prior, and what else is there? God, and I forgot what's actually on that one. I updated these things today, I swear, guys, but I haven't looked at them. So let's see. Yeah, no. Page, view page. Tiers. Tier. No, give me this. Tier. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. You like that?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, you like that? First class supporters, along with the benefits from the other ones, you'll be added to a personal group chat with myself and the other ones from that and the other patron members in the first class supporters tier, which is the $10 per month tier. And then for all of you who decide that you really want to go above and beyond, we have a $25 per month tier, which is the senior class supporters. And those have everything from before, as well as like one-on-one direct communication with, it says me and Dad for the time being, but then it'll just transition to just me, and you get to throw input in on what you think that would help improve the channel in the future, which is actually really cool because I don't think any other creator like actually lets you do that. So if you want to join, that link is in your description, and it is really cool. And we have a lot of fun on those Zoom calls, especially. So yeah, so join Patreon and join Discord. Those links are both in the description below. Let's see. Derek says, "Nice cut, Charlie." Yeah, you got a haircut today. Yeah.
Yep. A couple of them. A lot of them.
A lot of them. You got a lot of hairs cut. Leslie is driving as fast as she can. What's your favorite McDonald's burger, guys and gals?
Oh, you got the new one.
Yes. I really like this one. And they did like a really good job with this. The new spicy crispy chicken sandwich, I think, is very, very good. I've had that twice now. It's expensive, but it's really good, especially just for the sandwich by itself. I think the meal is like $7 and the sandwich by itself is like $5.50. So it's like really expensive if you don't get it with the meal, but the sandwich is just like, it's just unbelievable. And it's new. It's 4B.
They have 4A,
4A, 4B, and 4C. And here in Virginia, or at least up where we're at, it is 4B. But it is great. Like, I absolutely love it. Anne saying, Leslie, don't get a ticket. And Anne is also saying that the Big Mac is her favorite sandwich.
That doesn't surprise me for some reason.
I like the simple chicken sandwich that you can get for 99p. So that's like the McChicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dad, were burgers better when you were a young lad?
They've tasted like shoe leather for decades.
Yes, guys, join us in Patreon. Zoom calls are wild, really fun. Yes, they are very, very fun, and we need to do another one. I want
to go back to the burgers here for a minute.
Okay.
Because
about how it was an extra 10 cents to put cheese on a burger back in 1965.
No, it wasn't. Well, it was. It was like 50 cents, and then it cost 60 if you got a cheeseburger.
Yeah, so it was 10 cents extra to add that sense of cheese.
But
that sense of cheese.
We didn't have it. We didn't have it every day.
Right. It was a specialty thing.
It was a special thing, and maybe like on the weekend or whatever, Dad'd pile all the kids in the car, and we would.
If Grandpa was being really nice,
so we didn't know. That's if Grandma said either you do that and feed the kids, or you're not eating because I'm not cooking tonight. So
that too.
But so
if Grandpa was being
she cooked all week. She worked full time, and then she came home and
if Grandma was being mean, and Grandpa said this is the easiest and cheapest way to do it.
Well, or
at least the easiest way to do it.
But it was but I think the food tasted better because of the fact that it was a treat. Okay, I don't think the burgers necessarily were any better. They're probably still are doing the same process. But you know what I mean? It tasted better because we didn't get it all the time. Now it just tastes like they're taking the employees' souls off their shoes.
Or at least fast food burgers wise. Right. For me, my best burger I've ever had.
If you go to like Glory Days or Red Robin or something like that, where they actually make burgers.
Yeah.
That's another story.
The best burger that I've ever had was, let me see if I can do my math here.
Guatemala.
No.
The McDonald's in Guatemala.
No.
Oh my God. Another story.
I found one that is better than El Pollo Loco's burger down in Guatemala. Let's see. Oh, God. Yeah, so it was a 50-35-15 ratio on the meat that they used.
Where?
Boise, Idaho.
Oh, that one.
Sid's garage.
In the garage.
Sid's garage. Yep, it was a 50-35-15. I think is how it was. It was a 50, 35, 15 ratio in their meat. And it was all locally grown and produced. And it was this, and we weren't even looking for that restaurant. We were looking for another restaurant that my godmother really wanted to go and really wanted me to try. And we ended up going, like, we couldn't find it and went around the block. We went around the block from where it actually was, but we didn't see where the restaurant we were looking for was, and ended up going around the block, finding Sid's garage and saying, it's cold and we don't want to walk anymore. So we walked in, and it was this whole industrial style restaurant. And oh my God, I devoured that burger in like 15 minutes. Like, it was,
you were cold and hungry,
but it was unfreaking believable. It was unbelievable. Like the best burger I've ever had. It was the best burger I've ever had. And it took me a long time. It took me 3 years to find a burger that beat the one that I had in Guatemala at El Pollo Loco down in Guatemala. And it was a bacon burger down in Guatemala. And that was locally done down there too.
You were hoping it was bacon.
Oh, that's what they said it was. Yeah. But yeah, guys, join us. Yeah. Where I have it in the chat here, join us on Discord. Right now it is me, Derry, Jeff, and Hot Space. I think no, I'm not a Patreon member. So I'm the owner. So yeah, but on the Patreon calls, it is me.
That's who it's been.
Yeah. Me, Jeff, Derry, and Hot Space. We have one more, but she like never shows up. So primarily, it's just us. So hold on a second. Take it. Yeah. Yeah, Derry, especially when Brennan picks on me. Well, I pick on you because you're so easy to pick on. How about that one? Melt, those burgers are so good. Melt burgers are good, but Sid's Garage are better. And I will say that with a passion. How long before the notice I'm here? Ryan, we were talking.
Hey, but Mr. Artiste.
From Williamsburg. Yes, we were talking. Zoom calls are great. You get to hear Hot Space's proper English.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
You can't get any more English.
No, you can't. They are like the best. It's delicious when they don't drench it in mayo. They're talking about the McChickens. Just say light mayo, and they'll put like 2 drops on it. Dad's figured that one out. Just say light mayo, and they'll put like 2 drops on it, and that'll be it. But then if you say light lettuce, they'll douse the thing in lettuce. So
that's what they did today.
Yeah, but just say light mayo, and they'll put like 2 drops of mayo on it. Were they really bad back then, Dad? No, he said that. No, he's talking about the burgers.
The burgers?
No, he didn't say
the burgers aren't any better or any worse.
Right, and he was talking about like fast food burgers. So he's not talking about like actual good burgers from like burger joints. He was talking about fast food burgers. So
if we're talking McDonald's, they haven't changed their recipe
at all
in 50 years. So
and it's
and White Castle made the same things. They just made them a little different.
Yeah,
but served them a little differently.
Right, but
had all those.
But even the fact that McDonald's grew from one location to 5 to 10 to 15 to 25 to all over the world, and they're harder to keep track of what exactly is going on in each location, and each location does crap differently. So it's not making anything any better anyway. They probably were better when you were a kid because
I don't think they were.
Well, but I'm just saying that they might have been because
they
weren't as industrial as they are today.
I think they just threw more crap on them so you couldn't taste them.
Probably. Yes, Ryan, we know you're here. Sorry, we end up talking and I pause the chat so I don't get super behind on the chat, even though I do. But so that I know where I am on the chat so I can answer everybody's questions and stuff.
Yeah, Derry, we have 5 guys.
We have pounds and pence. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Do you guys have Five Guys? They make delicious burgers. Yes, they do. Five Guys burgers and fries. Yes, those are That's Five Guys is great.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. Love the Cajun fries. Yes, Cajun fries are great. But what you do is you order a small fry because you get a cup like this big, but they dump like an entire thing in the bag. So even if you order a small fry, you're gonna get like a large fry in the amount of crap that they throw in that bag.
I think they dump a scoop in the bag first and say, "Oops, we forgot to put the cup in."
And then dump it in the cup. But if you get a medium fry, they'll do the same thing. They just put the medium fry in there and then get another scoop and throw it in the bag.
But if you get a large fry, you might as well just take his suitcase to bring them home.
Exactly.
I mean, nobody can ever eat them.
No, you can't. Unfortunately, Marg, we lose our taste buds as we get older. Derry, you're not that old. Don't compare yourself to Margie. You're not that old.
She looks at taste buds all the time.
She does look at taste buds all the time. Yes, you do. After 50 years of success and domination, they come to Europe. No, we can't talk about that.
We can't talk about people's taste buds.
Does anyone remember Molly Madison French pastry?
Who?
Molly Madison French pastry.
Try Dolly Madison.
Okay.
Not Molly. Not
my
Molly.
bad. My bad. My bad. I said Molly for some reason. Do you remember Dolly Madison French pastry? I read it wrong. I don't know Dolly Madison French pastry. So
I remember Dolly Madison pastries, but French
pastries. Okay. I don't
know.
I read that wrong and I didn't know what it was, so I read it wrong. Do you have a Twitch account? No, I don't. I have thought about it, but I'd have to hook everything up to my HP, not to my Mac. I'm not like doing any games on my Mac because this is a very expensive MacBook and I don't want to kill it. I don't want to kill my MacBook. So I have one game on my HP. I've got Minecraft on my HP and it's because I can afford, like if it crashes that computer, I can afford it. Like that's a $300 computer and it was given to me as a gift. Not saying that the value is less because it was given to me as a gift, but I don't have personal investment in it. So, and the person who had it, put it in timeout, put it in the corner, put it in timeout, and didn't mess with it for a year and a half until they gave it to me. So I actually have a sound effect for that. Let's see.
I'm starting to hear Charlie Brown's Teacher.
Let's see. Oh crap! I don't have my hard drive plugged in. You know, I want to play something for you guys, and then I don't have my hard drive plugged in, so it doesn't really work. Let's see. All right, how about now? No. Come on. Yes, there it is. I need that. And it's in my sound effects, and it is right here. Come on. I actually have that in my sound effects.
But that doesn't sound like Charlie Brown.
I say it sounded like Charlie Brown's Teacher. No, I'm not playing copyrighted music. I'm not. And I'm actually going to force quit out of that music tab because I don't want that copyrighted music. Because I can't have that copyrighted music on here. Anyway, so, but no, I do not have a Twitch account. I have Minecraft on there, and I've been trying to figure out how to stream it, but I'm pretty sure that would be very boring if I just streamed Minecraft. So, yeah, the answer to that is no. Would love to see you and Dad play co-op games. Not right now. Co-op is multiplayer games online. pretty much. It's like what Kyle screams at his TV at every day.
Oh,
Is co-op, pretty much. Co-opponent, I think is what it stands for. But
that sure is not cooperation.
No, it's not cooperation where he's yelling, "Where's my team at? They're in the sweaty trash bag, you know, whatever pieces of that they're at." And he goes and insults his entire team that's not there. So
yeah, what was it that he got? Oh no, we can't repeat that.
How he's a sweaty trash bag? How his entire teammates were sweaty trash bags? I don't know. My older brother says like the most ridiculous stuff while he's playing these games.
Like he was rooster blocked by a.
No, he was
rooster blocked.
Yeah, he was rooster blocked by
a trash can.
Something like that. He was blocked by a sweaty trash can or something.
I mean, it was
so weird, but it was funny because I was
funny.
down here. I slept on the couch that night, and Dad was coming down that morning. And I woke up and said, "Morning, how are you?" Or no, I took my earbud out because I was listening to something because I'd woken up and I was taking my earbud out. And he came down the stairs and I was saying, "Morning, how are you?" Oh, no, he blocked me. No, I just got blocked by a sweaty trash bag or a sweaty trash can or something like that. And we just started looking at each other and we're like,
where did that come from?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, where the heck did that come from? And it's like,
it was pretty funny.
It's like 10 in the morning and he's yelling this stuff.
It was pretty funny. Actually.
Ooh, the silent treatment. Yes, because whenever we're talking about something that can't be talked about, I know how to mute myself. Mute, hurting my ears. Yeah, great. Can't hear you. Yes, Joe. I've been known to hit the mute button a few times, especially when we start talking about something that we're not supposed to talk about.
Like Ann.
Ooh. No, but especially when we start talking about something that we're not supposed to talk about, I hit the mute button there so that y'all don't know what we're talking about. So if you can't hear us at a given point, the comments will probably say muted because a lot of people know what's going on.
It's just
so don't freak out that like your phone or whatever, you know, like messed up or whatever. That was us.
It's just
that was me.
It's just that thing you do.
Yeah, exactly. I see how it is getting the mute button. Yes, it is. I can't hear you. It's too dark in here. I can't hear you. It's too dark in here. So because of how dark it is impairing your ability to hear.
In Williamsburg, I don't doubt that.
Wow. No comment. Margie's talking about cake here.
Oh, she was talking about the Little Debbie's, I think, or not Little Debbie.
The Dolly
Madison.
Yeah. Ban the mute. Sorry, it's not going anywhere. How could McDonald's not have changed the recipe? They probably fooled you. Probably did, but who knows? It's fast food.
I'm telling you, they just threw too much garbage on top of it.
They probably did. There's been a lot of innovation in crap food. Yep.
Margie or Leslie made it home safely.
I'm home. No tickets. Good for you.
It's good. Inexpensive ride home.
Yep. Let's see. They used asbestos in the wrapping paper in the 60s. Other than that, they were awesome. I was told. Great. I thought MacBooks were unbreakable. No, no, nothing is unbreakable.
Especially around you.
No, I've gotten
lots of things break.
I've gotten very good with how I treat my electronic devices. I have gotten really good with how I treat my electronic devices.
Which means
I've got a $500 camera. We're not going to talk about prior to gotten. We're talking about now. I have a $500 camera over there that I haven't broken. A $1,000 MacBook right here that I haven't broken. Ring lights, cell phones, watches, whatever that I haven't broken. So PS3, haven't broken that one.
How many mouses have hit my wall?
Well, see, these are $15 and are expendable. Especially when they decide not to work. Then
I'm upstairs and I hear a couple of choice expletives, and then this boom,
as I throw my mouse against the wall.
As his mouse gets thrown against the wall.
And it breaks, but it was already broken when I threw it against the wall because it wasn't working. So yeah, no, this is actually the one that, yeah, this is great. This is actually this. I know what he was looking at. Thanks, Leslie. This is actually one of the ones that it's a Jellycomb Bluetooth wireless Bluetooth mouse. This is not sponsored by Jellycomb, but this one is actually one of my favorite ones that I've ever gotten.
That's too funny.
And it's both wireless, like it has a receiver at the end of my computer, but it's also Bluetooth. So if I don't have the wireless cap in my computer, I can turn on Bluetooth and use it Bluetooth-wise. So I actually like this one, and it hasn't failed me yet. But once it fails me, I'll probably chuck it against the wall sometime. So we'll see what happens. But it hasn't failed me yet. I've not had I have not had a too good experience with wireless mouses, to tell you the truth. Let's see. But MacBooks are not unbreakable. They do have their limits, and over the course of the years, with Minecraft in our family, Minecraft is such a big program, especially when you run it at such high speeds to get things not laggy or to get things to work properly or whatever. In the past in our family, they have overloaded 3 different laptops and have crashed 3 different laptops. So knowing that, I will only have it on like gaming computers or whatever. I will not have it on my expensive MacBook. I will not have it on my expensive MacBook. I have a friend who said, I have a 2015 MacBook Air that I have Minecraft on. I said, yeah, that's not a 2017 MacBook Pro. Pro and Air, 2 different things, 2 different types of MacBooks. MacBook Pro is the good MacBook. MacBook Air are still good, but they're not as good as MacBook Pro. Like, this is a beast, which is what I do all my editing on. Yeah, Leslie's saying check your DMs. Let's see. Such a graphic description. Nice. Sorry. Perfect Brandon also has issues, people. I am not perfect. I may seem in a lot of videos as smiling and happy and, let's laugh and throw humor at this, but there are days, like us all, where I want to knock somebody's teeth in. But I can't show that when I'm on video to you guys. So, like, when we're on Zoom calls on Patreon, which, again, get on Patreon. But when we are on Zoom calls on Patreon, Derry, Jeff, and in Hot Space know that I can get a little crazy on Patreon. But that's because I'm not on YouTube. It is a private Patreon call, and you can see a little bit more of the let's go out and do something stupid, Brennan. You can see a little bit more of that personality coming out versus how I am professional-wise on here with you guys. So if you want to see a little bit more of the let's go out and do something stupid, join on Patreon, because we'll talk about some really crazy things on our Zoom calls. Not in the Patreon chats, but in our Zoom calls. Don't buy the cheap ones. Well, give me the money to not buy a cheap mouse, and I won't buy a cheap mouse. But again, this one hasn't failed me yet. Once it will be a flying saucer across the room, but it hasn't failed me yet. So I'm going to stick with this one until it breaks on me. He might have a story about Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, but that doesn't take away the fact that he has some technological issues. I don't have technological issues. He does. But sorry, but I don't have technological issues. Programs just decide not to work, and it makes me mad. Like the other day, I was yeah, great. Like the other day, I was given an intro video on how to use Adobe After Effects because it could up my stop, because it could up my up yours. No, it could up my video game.
Oh.
My video workmanship, I will say. But I tried it, and the tutorials weren't working for me, and Adobe in After Effects was we're really not working. So I'm like, okay, screw that. I'm just gonna go back to what I know and do it the old-fashioned way, which has just text cards with a little like 75% opacity behind them, fading in with text on them and fading back out, and using different fonts and stuff like that. And I make it look nice. It's just not animated and all over the place, which is what people really want me to do. But that's just not going to work because Adobe After Effects is not going to work for me. So I don't have technological issues. The technology does not want to work, and I get pissed off. Let's see. I'm not a Mac fan. I know, Jeff. I know you're not a Mac fan. As long as you get it out at times, then it's all in balance. Yes, exactly. But for the majority of the time, I have to be professional with you guys. Hey, from Norway.
Hey, Norway.
Carrie Ann, I think is how I'm going to pronounce your name.
That's how you say it.
Yep. Carrie Ann, welcome to the live stream. Welcome from Norway. Welcome from Virginia. So glad you're here. I'm a saint on Zoom calls. Sure you are.
Who was that from?
That's from my favorite moderator. Not really. But that is from one of our moderators. That is from apparently the saint moderator. Not really. Julian, what's up? It's like 3 a.m. for you. Why are you on here?
We got Julian on here.
We do have Julian on here, which means we probably have Stefan on here. But Julian, why are you on here? It's like 3 a.m. You need to be sleeping. I'm silent on Zoom calls, but that's my social anxiety plays up. See, but then you're all out there on listening parties, so it balances itself out. Netflix tip for Dad. Hans,
don't do it.
I'm not going to, and Dad's not on Netflix. He doesn't watch Netflix.
Julian can't sleep.
We need to get you to talk more hot space. It will help. Probably will. Jeff, you can push that one. Wait, Jeff is your favorite? How dare. I didn't say that.
I didn't hear that either.
Yes, thank you. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I think it was the other way around.
No comment.
Remember, Derry's the one that has sharp instruments.
That's true, but that's at her office.
She could cut your tongue out in a heartbeat.
At her office, and it's only if I go into her office. Jeff said Derry. He said not really. And
I
then,
do.
Charlie, I thought you had my back.
I do have your back.
No, I mean,
but I got to watch out for sharp instruments. Women with sharp instruments.
It's not a good it's not a good combination. No, y'all both have been incredibly great. Derry, you have been incredible, and I'm going to turn this light down because I'm like getting insanely overexposed here.
Well,
but Derry, you have been absolutely incredible since September of 2019.
She's still in this position.
She is still in. Yeah, you are probably on your bed right now in that position. But yeah, exactly. Derry the Queen. Very fitting.
Derry Queen. Yes.
Gotta
love that.
Ryan.
Gotta love it.
But Derry, you've always been there. You really have. You've always been there, and really started to shine when you became a moderator. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. She says, "Yep, that's my signature pose." Thank you for like everything that you've done. Like seriously, like Discord really wouldn't even be a thing if you weren't in charge of that. Julian is saying that Stefan is asleep. So
we're doing this behind his back.
Yeah, right behind Dad's back.
Woohoo. Gotta love that.
But like Discord won't even be a thing. Like moderating on here wouldn't be the same. You have done so incredibly much for the channel, Jeff. So have you. No, I'm serious. So have you. It's the duo of having you both on here. It's absolutely incredible. Dad, what if Brennan flies a little higher than he should at Air Force School? Is he allowed to explore his boundaries? That could be taken in a few different ways, actually.
I think actually I was about to give you a shovel so you could dig your hole deeper.
I hope you did not mean that the way that I interpreted that.
That's between him and his CO at that point.
That would not be during basic. If anything happened, and I would not test my boundaries. Thank you very much.
I really don't want to know.
If anything happened relationship-wise, if I got into another relationship, it would probably happen in tech school. But I would not test my boundaries.
I think that I'm pretty sure that Derry will keep me informed on these things.
Don't know. It's only if she's informed.
Yeah, you.
I don't tell her everything.
Derry, he's holding out on you.
How's it go? The moderators are only given as much as they can handle.
Oh.
I was trying to think about how to say that. Yeah. But it's but I mean, I'm not going to keep you all up to date on every single little thing that's going on. I mean, I can, but I probably won't on every single little thing because then I'd be blowing up your phones like 24/7.
Just do every Friday thing called Brennan Vision.
Yeah, great. I mean, we can definitely do something like that and set up a meeting like once a week or once every 2 weeks or something like that. You know, whatever else. If that's something y'all want to do, let me know because we definitely can. Just when I'm not in training. Okay. That's not. That's that. Yeah. Well, he might be messing, and that's not going there. I'm not going there.
Barking up the wrong leg.
Yes.
Not your pig, not your farm.
Sounds a lot like his problem.
I'm glad I didn't have a mouthful here.
That's what she said.
And you didn't even mute for that particular comment.
Nobody heard me. Anyway, I'm gonna try and go back to sleep. Night, y'all. I probably won't end up sleeping, but gonna try. Good night, Hot Space. Thank you for joining. We're actually probably gonna get off of here in a few minutes as well because we're coming up on the 2-hour mark. I actually have a big project that I'm working on right now, so I may not be on Discord if y'all decide to do a listening party or something like that because I know that's been the theme. Is to do a listening party after live streams, but I probably won't be on. I'm giving you that heads up right now. I probably won't be on because I am working on a big project right now and I have to get back to it. So yeah, but I'll be on here for the next couple of minutes, going up until that 2-hour mark. Remember, guys, last minute announcements or reminders. Remember that if you don't see anything from the channel, we will have a video going out every Monday. Screw the 2-hour mark. Let's break out the whiskey and do a marathon. That's on Discord. So if you use
on New Year's,
that's also on New Year's. But if you're not on Discord, get on Discord. In fact, I know you're not on Discord, so get on Discord, and that's when y'all can have your marathon with Jeff and Derry and Hot Space and Leslie and everybody else that's on there, because that's your marathon. Basically, what are you working on, Brennan, or is it a secret? Remember how I said I was
watch out. We got HIPAA requirements here.
Yeah.
If she can't tell us whose mouth she's working on,
that's different. Because
yours are HIPAA requirements.
HIPAA?
Yeah,
great. No, it's just the project that I've been working on. I mean, I told you guys that the other day. I've been with my recruiter and I filmed a bunch of videos with him. That's what I'm working on, and I'm trying to cut those up and get informational videos put together, and it's a lot of work. It really is. When we got back from seeing him I got back here at like 4:30,
Right.
and I worked until about 1:30 in the morning on those. On 5 videos, I worked until about 1:30 in the morning, and I've got another 40 minutes worth of footage to sift through. The batch of videos that out of the 5 videos was about a 20-minute batch, and I started at around 4:45 and went until about 1:30 in the morning on a 20-minute batch. And I have 40 more minutes of footage.
And your point is?
That I have to sift through. So it is a big project.
It is.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So if you're not on Discord, get on Discord. That link is in your description.
Thank you, Use.
YouTube weirdo. Yeah, great. That is the last link in your description. Get on there, sign up, log in, whatever. Jokes aside, I'm proud of you. Thank you, Use. I appreciate it. But get on Discord, and if you want to help support more, get on Patreon. That link is in the description below as well. Remember, it is as little as $1 a month, and you automatically get your name in the description. You get to be on the Patreon calls once a month, or at least for the next 2 calls. We're going to have one in March, and we're going to have one in April, and then I'm not going to have one in May or June, pretty much, I think. Maybe won't have one for July because that'll be the first month in tech school, but I could probably start getting back on those in August while I'm in tech school, I think. We'll see. Depends on where I am at that point. But definitely when I get to my first base, then we'll start doing them more regularly again. It's just going to be for that short little time that I won't be able to really do them consistently like I want to, but I'm getting used to the military rules. Anyway, but yeah, so all those links are in the description below. Please join on there because besides the 1 video a week from me and periodic live streams, that's pretty much all you're going to get for the time being. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this live stream. It has been great. We've been sitting here for 2 hours, and there was really never a dull moment.
I can't believe it.
Which is like the first time in like a year and a half that we've had a 2-hour live stream, and there's never been a dull moment.
Right.
Because there's been so much stuff to go over. So, but yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, give it that thumbs up. I know a lot of you, like 10 people so far have given it thumbs up. Yeah, I will see you all in the next live stream, whenever that is. If you want to get in contact with me, Instagram, Discord, join me on Facebook and Instagram, Discord, Patreon, all that cool jazz, description below. And we will see you all in the next one. Later, guys.